Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today it is time for part number 18 of the series and the second part of our Shanghai Masters semi-final against the Jester from Leicester, Mark Selby. And we continue from a very strong position. We are 4-0 up. Couldn't quite believe it really. It was our first episode back in 5 weeks and we won all of the frames. The last frame a quite bizarre one because Mark Selby lost the frame due to the free miss rule. I certainly believe he could have gone and hit the red and got a thin nick on it, but he didn't, albeit, and we're in a cracking position. But it isn't all over at this point, so I have to emphasise that it isn't all over. But you have to say, if we can win the first frame today, we give ourselves a great chance. And we did see the break-off for the fifth frame in the previous episode, and this is the first chance in the fifth frame. Can we get off the mark straight away? We certainly can. Good pot. But I was quite shocked, very shocked, that we managed to start so well. Really was. Hence I said start so well. It might not go as well today, but we're giving ourselves a great chance here. I don't think this black's going to lead to any position, but we'll certainly give it a go. No, it's just bypassed all the reds. That can happen. But 8 points on the board. We can play a safety for him. Well, it wasn't the biggest wrist shot in the world. And we just go back to the top of the table. I'm okay with that. But this would be some nice, sweet revenge, wouldn't it? We played against Mark Selby back in Season 2 in the Shanghai Masters final. That would have been about this time last year on the channel, which is unbelievable to think now with how 2020's been. I'll tell you what, a bit more power on that, and that would have been a beautiful shot. But a good shot as it is, I'll take that. It's got to play on the near side here because the blue blocks him from doing anything different. And another half chance here on a red, and this might just be the chance we need to properly get started on a break. We could do with not playing this too hard. Need to stay fairly level on the table to get onto the black. Pop the red first, that's the thing we want to do. And it's there. And I guess it'd be good to get on the black if we could. Which we can't. We should have really thought about that before we played the shot. Not much of an issue though here. We can just play the blue and come back down for the next red.
This requires a really good strike.
The main thing is that we got the first red as a pot, and that's exactly what we did.
6.
But really shocked so far, really shocked. Mark Selby has not been in this game at all. But as I've said in previous episodes, doesn't matter how bad your opponent plays, you've still got to take the chances. I don't fancy a particular chance here, but we'll give ourselves every chance of getting a split. So we've split them. Split them secondly again. Yeah, that's not great. It's not great at all. You have to hope luck's on your side, unfortunately, in that situation. Which, today, it wasn't really. Just got to judge how we get this sort of to around the yellow and brown position. This might be Selby's way back in, perhaps, if he can make something of this. Not a bad safety shot, though. We've cordoned off any big chance, I would say, of a pot. It's just a safety here. Ooh, I thought that might have been available there, that red to middle, and that is a bit of a spot of bother. A good safety played by Selby, as you would expect. Got to do a good job here to try and get this cue ball safe. Down at the yellow, down at the yellow. Just got to hope the brown saves us, which I don't think it does. I think, yes, he can definitely see that red to the middle pocket. So a bit unfortunate there. But Mark Selby, to be fair, did make his opportunity for himself. You can't disagree with that. Clever safety shot, and he is in now. So this could be Mark Selby's chance. And in some ways, I hope it is for the sake of the match. It's always a shame when you come up against these players and they're not in the game. You love to beat them, of course, but you want to know that they've given their all. But as I've said, you can't do much about who you're taking on in terms of the form they're in on the day. But this could be a big frame for Mark Selby. It definitely will be a big frame, whatever happens, because if he goes 5-0 down, you have to say, although Selby is certainly a battler, a grinder, not quite Cliff Thorburn, but certainly a grinder, you wouldn't predict even him to come from 5-0 down to win the match.
Looking at the pot into the left centre. 25.
4-1 on the other hand, though. Possibly.
32.
Awkward queuing, I'd say, here off the reds, but you wouldn't know it. Inch perfect in terms of his position. And solid reds and blacks just coming round the table. Elegant as you'd like.
Drop this in gently.
Safe, gentle, concise. It's exactly what you'd expect. Well, not concise, precise. Not concise, Pillock. Precise, exactly what you'd expect. But he is going to miss that black now because he's put the red quite rightly into a better position. But he's going to compromise his position on the black.
55.
Not quite sure about that position. It makes things a bit more awkward than potentially they could have been.
Great shot.
Well, he couldn't have played that any better.
He's left himself in a bit of a pickle there, I'd say. Again, it's almost like after playing the black for so long, he doesn't want to now. And this isn't necessarily the easiest chance in the world for a man under pressure. But it's there. But the position's not great. So he's 41 ahead. He needs the pink and the red, and he's got the pink.
What a wonderful pot.
Well, he's defied the odds a bit there. A few poor shots, but he's got himself back into it, and that just shows what Mark Selby can do, because he's now won the frame.
That should be it.
In our mindset, we probably thought, oh, right, we're in again. Could well be 5-0 here. But it's not. As far as I'm concerned, game on again.
77.
I can't remember whether I've said it or not.
78.
I'm having that forgetful phase at the moment. I'm not an old man, but even so. Whether I've thanked you guys for your support. It's been fantastic since Monday's episode. I don't know whether to take that as my Football Manager videos aren't doing well, but this video is actually getting more views. Well, the first video, sorry, is getting more views than the FM stuff, which is a massive motivator to bring this series back.
This is a half chance.
Definitely. Cracking pot on the red there. This should be a century now for Mark Selby. If he does the expected here.
88.
So a maximum break of 115. With the highest break of the match so far.
90.
He's won the frame now, so it would be nice for the match if he could make a century. Just to show after the mid-session interval, I'm still here. I'm not going to go out this easily.
97.
He is the man we did say earlier who won
102.
the Shanghai Masters in Season 2. We won it last year. So, one of us are going to be going out. It's the defending champion against the champion before that, I suppose.
104.
And it was Sean Murphy, I think, who won it in Season 1. So we could have 4 different winners, but who knows. But a good frame there from Mark Selby. It was all about that safety, clever safety he played by holding the red up by the middle pocket. We couldn't get the cue ball safe, and that has put this match back in some sort of competitive state. So this frame, again, it's another big one at this point. Difference between 5-1 and 4-2 are massive. Got to make sure we don't hit the red on the way back up. That's okay. I think we just got a bit more, too much pace on this actually, which we have. Yeah. Our safety's not been too great since we've come back. Solid pot. Is this where Mark Selby comes back into the match? Possibly. We can't lose our head, which we're not doing, to be honest. We've not done too much to give him a chance.
8.
This is a tough pot, though. But again, you wouldn't know it. So I'm guessing he's got to play the blue and open these reds up. He'll be hoping for a good split, which he's got. Oh, tricky pot here. But again, you wouldn't know it. Sublime. How does he get on a red from here? I'll tell you what I'd be doing. I'd be playing the safety from here. It's not going to, though. That surprised you with Sat-Nav Selby, doesn't it? But this very much looks like it could be 4-2. And without us doing much wrong, he's half the deficit. But, again, I shouldn't really be making comments like that. It's still very early days in frame number 5.
19.
Black's unavailable to the one pocket. Just going to have to go for the pick here.
He's going for the left centre here.
20.
Clever, not playing too far off it. And then lining himself up for a straight red afterwards. And then he'll probably follow through on that one as well. To play for the black. He's not daft, this Selby lad. I don't think there's that much to think about here, personally, but he must think there is.
26.
I didn't think about that, though. I certainly wouldn't have thought about that. Pink went on the black spot because the pink's been took up now.
Tough shot coming up.
I did not think about that one.
29.
So that leaves him a bit of a pickle.
Tremendous shot.
Cracking pot, but
He's queuing.
he's having to travel with the cue ball a lot longer than he would have done, and that's going to really affect him if he wants to start and open these reds up, doesn't it?
He's playing very well here.
There's probably 2 or 3 left on the table that he can go for here.
34.
So does he go for the blue and then just play the safety? That's what I'd be doing, but again, what I do and what Mark does is probably very different.
39.
So just 1 red really available now,
Gently does it.
which he's going to play for. I guess try and open these up slightly, but it's not really done anything, unfortunately.
No surprises here with the long pot attempt.
And that's going to be end of break, I think, unless he wants to take a risky pot on. He's going to take this on, you know.
That split is
Well, that's a brilliant pot, but it had to go in. It had to go in. If he missed that, well, brave shot to take on, but a good one albeit.
played it well.
Polar opposites these 2 sessions have been, haven't they, so far?
53.
Since he got onto that break in the first frame of the episode,
Taking on the pot along
we've hardly
the
had any
cushion.
table time.
60.
5 reds left on the table. Just needs the next red.
In it goes.
And the deficit is halved. So, again, the next frame becomes a very big one.
61. 68.
Can he bring it down from 4-0 to 4-3? Or
69.
do we make it 5-3? Because I think if it's 4-3, I think we're still favourite, but the odds very much narrow.
He's played that very well.
5-2 though, and our odds might go down quite a lot. Do your odds get up, down? If you,
77.
well, the odds of it happening goes up, doesn't it? So yeah, our odds go up. Our odds, that's the strange thing, isn't it? Your odds decrease, but your odds actually go up because the odds of it happening is higher. So your odds surely go up, but they decrease.
55.
That's a strange one, isn't it? I hope you get what I mean.
90.
But it's been a cracking break from Mark Selby. It could be a full clearance. After the brilliant 115 clearance last time out, it could generally be a full clearance, i.e. from the first red.
91.
In the last frame, of course, we got 22 points, so he couldn't, but he could pot every single ball here. This should be a good yellow to pot, it really would. And he's done it. I don't think Mark Selby can do much wrong at the moment.
98. 101.
So there's 101, 123 available. That's going to be a tough blue, but again, he's shown he can pot pretty much anything, and he's done it again. Wow. This is another toughie.
110.
I think he's just setting himself up to make himself look good here. 116 is the break. This would be a fantastic pot. Yeah, he's just played the safety on that. I don't blame him.
Mark Selby.
But a brilliant near clearance, but we'll class it. I know it's not one for the stats, but it's a brilliant one anyway. 116, and the deficit is halved. It's by certain, no certain terms, game over yet. Really isn't. Don't think that's going to help us too much. Oh, the contact with the cushion was unfortunate as well there. So he's going to have another chance at the start of this frame. We're barely 15 minutes into the session and our 4-frame lead could be nearly took away. Got to pot this though. You wouldn't expect him to miss it at that pace, but
No,
he's going
this
to.
time
As I thought
close,
that
but a miss nonetheless.
looked a bit precarious. Just a simple tapping exercise for us then, but played far too hard. We didn't need to play it at that sort of pace. Makes things a lot more difficult for us now.
Long
Need a good
pot,
blue here.
Right up his street.
Got the pot. Oh man.
Oh, that's an unforced error.
Contact with the cushion's been shocking again.
6.
Well, I guess we just go for a bit of a touchy
Careless.
ball here.
And
Oh,
a
wow.
foul.
That doesn't
Foul
help,
miss.
does it? We've missed everything
Neil
there.
Robertson, 6.
There we go.
Mark
We'll
Selby,
take that.
4.
So it is touching ball.
Touching ball.
So how much do we need to get this to the cushion? Try and work this out. Play good safety. So we've hit the cushion. We're not going to be penalised. And that is a fairly good safety. But not such a good one from Mark, I have to say.
Now, can he drop this into the right corner?
Very gentle here. But this should be a tap-in, really. And we're off the mark again.
That's a
Pardon the
great-
pun.
He seems full of
But
confidence.
it's.
at the
I think we're
moment.
going to play a safety here.
1.
Don't really fancy our chances. So, hit the green a little bit harder than I would have wanted. So, we're not quite going to get a snooker. But it's a decent safety. I'll take it.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Very scrappy start to frame number 7. Nice thin nick on those. Just about enough. Get past the brown. That's it. That's okay.
Just wants to get the cue ball safe.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we nearly had him in big trouble there. Big trouble. Could only just see a thin side of the red. Same routine for us here, but I wouldn't mind it going a bit close to the brown this time. It's nearly got the legs. It's nearly got the legs. It's a cracking shot.
The
Again,
safety battle
I
continues.
nearly had the legs. Very close there. Not quite in the end, but close enough. But this is a very much a tempter, isn't it? Really is. From here. Got to pot this one, though, so we've got to commit to it.
Well, it goes. Half a chance.
And it's there. But our luck has been not too bad there. Not great, but not too bad. I thought we were going to be completely out of position. We've got to pot this. This is tougher than it looks.
What
But it's
a
there.
shot that
Good
is.
black. Good recovery from there. Because I'll
Great
tell you what, I thought we were in
Excellent position.
deep trouble.
8.
And now we've got this chance. We need to do what Selby's been doing so far today.
9.
No mistake snooker, really. And just get on with it. And
Can you give
Restore a
the
free
players the
frame
respect they
lead.
deserve and make sure your phones are off or on silent, please?
need to make sure this gets in about the right position to take on the next red. And that doesn't look bad to me. Good use of side on the cue ball there.
16.
So this is our chance now, you have to say.
17.
We've earned it, to be fair. Mark Selby played a poor safety. And we're in here.
24.
Just got to make it count. Was going to play with side there, but I don't fancy it all of a sudden now. It does limit our options, but I'm not brave enough at this point. Just want to get some points on the board more than anything.
25.
So if we play the blue, is there any... I don't think there's any give from any of these reds here, is there now? Suppose we can play the green and get onto the
He's playing
side
the
cushion.
right
That's
corner.
about the only way we're going to get on the next red. But where's the cue ball going? It's actually gone too far. We've actually hit it too hard. But that is,
28.
well, as I said on the tin, too hard.
Challenging pot
Tricky
for
one down the
Robertson
cushion
there.
here. Got to play it though. Lovely pot. We just had to go for that.
Tremendous pot.
Play it with pace as well, so that if it did rattle out. It didn't give him every chance in the world.
29.
Do we getting a good split here? We didn't get it beforehand.
Split. That's really
That's not a bad split at all. We'll take that. We will take that definitely. Or as one Take That album is called, Take That and Party. We'll only do that if we win the frame, I think.
He's playing the pot here.
Tricky pot. Brave one to take on, but it's there. If that had gone wrong, it'd have left Mark Selby all sorts of chance.
Half a chance here.
But I think we can agree that since the interval, it's certainly been a high-class game.
What a beauty.
Players have had one chance and
The cue ball has finished very
just
nicely.
taken it. Well, probably with the exception to that rule. I'm expecting that. It's always inevitable when I say something about us. Right, I'm going to admit something here. I was going to go for the black. It's way too much power on that.
43.
At least he wasn't somewhere in the middle, and we can comfortably take on the blue. Move on to the next red. Need to make sure we win this frame, though. A, to set a precedent that, yes, we can win this. And obviously, B, to make sure Mark Selby doesn't make it very close between us. Keep that free frame buffer, and we're still very much favourites to win this match. But if it is just the one between us, then it really is just all wide open. We can't get to the black. I didn't foresee that one, which is annoying. I need a good pot on the blue here. Only playing the blue because it's our easiest positional shot.
He's going for it.
But it's there. Lovely pot.
Really impressive.
Overdone it really on the position.
54.
It's a bit frustrating, but hopefully we're right on this one because we're so close to winning the frame. Yep, it's there. Should just come up for the blue, which is fine.
55.
So we're 58 ahead, 59 left in the table.
Just the blue ball required.
Just the
here.
blue needed. And barring snookers,
No problem there.
And
we
that
bring the lead
shuts the
back
door on its
by
opponent
one.
in this frame.
And just stretch things to make it a bit more comfortable for us.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
Which is exactly what we were looking for. As I've said, if it went back to 4-3, we'd have been a bit worried. Just come between the reds to get position. Isn't going to hurt to get some potting practice in at all. It also riles Mark, I would imagine. Which is the main aim. Double whammy there. We managed to get one red free and got brilliant position on the black in the process. As I've said, if somebody gets in here, they tend to win the frame on balance.
76.
Unless you get yourself snookered and lose the frame on the free miss rule. But I don't know why I'm making a joke about that, because we've done that before. I'll tell you what, that wasn't the best pot.
77.
I thought we'd actually missed that. Never have ever missed a shot like that. Wouldn't have really mattered though, would it? Because we won the frame.
84.
We can make our first century since the comeback here, which would be great to do. Really would. And the black's a good positional shot to allow us to give it a go. So the black's there. I think that puts us on 92. So yellow and green and brown. Yellow and green and brown
92.
and blue. It's like a children's
colours to go.
nursery rhyme, innit?
$94.
So green gives us 97. And this brown gives us our first century since our comeback to Snooker 19. And it's been a cracking comeback so far.
Playing the pot here.
And there it is.
Amazing century.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot.
101.
Not making our job very easy for the pink though, are we? Doesn't matter though, we've got the century. We get the blue. That'll put us at 106, I think, so... Let's see if we can get the pink.
106.
And then come down for the black, but there's no harm if we don't. So pink's there. Comes down the table. Need a good contact with the cushion. It feels like it's going to pull up a little bit too... That's not too bad.
112.
Needed maybe another percent or two on that. Don't fancy our chances here, but we'll go for it. But it's there. Perfectly played. And a cracking clearance from ourselves there. Of 119. Not a full clearance because Mark Selby did get 2 reds, but that just gives us a bit of breathing room. Definitely does. 4-3, and it's absolutely game on. And it still is game on, but at 5-2, we've got that bit of breathing room. We now only need 1 frame to get through for the 3rd year in a row to the semi-final of the Shanghai Masters. And if it's Mark Williams again, oh God. But he's given us a good chance of Selby at getting in his 8th frame. And we're just going to pulverise the table, try and open things up and go for it. But that's not really worked in our favour.
1.
Rarely does. So, it's going to have to be safety time here. Shame when it doesn't work out, but I hope. That's life. It's not a bad safety though.
Robertson, 1.
We'll take that. You can't pot anything, I don't think, from here. Unless he can see that straight red. I don't think he can.
He's going for it.
He can, you know. That is a horrible mistake. But actually, it turns out quite good for us because he's missed that. That's astounding. Meanwhile, I can't believe my luck because this red doesn't go. What odds would you have got on that one? And we can't even sort of swerve it in, I suppose, to the red. We could play the plant, but as you can see, there's just not the room for that. So I guess we just go for the plant and hope it comes off. But if not, I mean, why would we play the plant there? We can just see the pot, so we might as well go for it, but get ourselves safe if it goes wrong. And it has gone wrong. We haven't got ourselves safe, not really anyway. But unfortunate hitting the jaw of the middle pocket. And again, but we get away with it. Is it going to be one of those scrappy frames again? Need to get this cue ball safe, and it looks about right. It's that corner pocket that's the danger, and the yellow has certainly covered that off. Definitely. You jammy git. You jammy swine, Selby. He meant that as well, didn't he? We've covered it off, get in. No, cannons it in. Wow.
This into the right
I haven't fast-forwarded it because I didn't expect that in my wildest dreams.
7.
So, this pot into
Unbelievable.
the right corner. Excellent shot.
I mean, if he did mean it, then great, fair play to him. But if he didn't, my God, he's got his slice of luck for the day.
13.
And as we've said, when Selby gets in, he tends to do very well out of it.
Pace is critical here.
14.
Looks like he's asleep there. Sleeping Selby.
20.
Never mind, sat nav.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
21.
Expect him to go for the pink there. The black's going to be out of a touch.
27.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner. Excellent pot.
You can't see past him winning this frame, so that just shows it's a real relief that we won the last one. And then it would be 4 each. And the
34.
panic would start setting in. Just gives us that buffer for if he does go and win the frame.
$35. 40.
Tremendous pot.
Really impressive queuing.
41.
There's not a lot I can say at this point. It's just what you'd usually expect from Mark Selby.
48.
Did we give him the chance by opening up the reds? You know,
53.
you could argue yes.
This needs to be played at the
Bit
right
of luck
pace.
involved though, I think. A bit of adverse luck.
54.
But Selby's played well so far. 5 reds left on the table. You'd expect him to get the next one, and that will be the red that wins in the frame. So the first 4 frames was a whitewash for us, 4-0. Selby, though, definitely back in the match. If he pots this red, it's 3-1 in terms of the next 4, which puts us 5-3 up. Maximum of 3 frames left. By no means over this.
67.
Obviously him with a man with a positive momentum.
Well, he's playing this into the left middle pocket.
You'd expect him to make another century as well, wouldn't you?
$73. 74.
Interesting. So he can get a score of 114 in this break. He can't. He can go even better than that. Scrap
80.
that. 80, 87. You get 122. I forgot there was 2 reds left.
87.
This isn't easy though.
This won't be easy.
Oh, good shot.
88.
Really marginal there. If it had hit the left jaw, it would have stayed out. And to think we got the first point of the frame. And Selby really got away with it. He left one over the pocket, if you remember.
94.
But we couldn't get to it. And it was all because we left the cue ball on the jaw that we've got a problem. But this green and a brown, and it's 3 centuries in 3 successive frames, which just shows when a player gets in how high the quality of snooker is at the moment.
108. 114. 121. And the frame.
So the gap back now to 2 frames, as it was at the start of frame 7. It is indeed at the start of frame 9.
Mark Selby to break.
But this again is another chance, and too tempting to miss, really.
Lots of
Try a
power on this
different
shot.
approach here. Try and go into the reds rather than going round the black. I don't mind that.
Nice opening red.
It's a better way to do it. Playing with some backspin, get back up to bulk.
1.
You do risk not having a pot next time out, but this should be okay. Should be able to see something, you'd think, from here. It's not as good as I wanted, but the chance is there even so.
It's half a chance, but a
Tough chance,
chance
this.
nonetheless.
But it's there. But, well,
5.
this old game of position, it's not our friend today, is it? It really isn't. Let's just try and get this up to the bulk cushion. Hope for the best. Which we have done.
Neil Robertson, 5.
Yeah, it's a good shot. You can certainly argue we didn't quite get the fortune there, can't you? That's a tempter, but again, I don't fancy it. Gonna have to open these up. We haven't really got a choice.
He's aiming to get the cue ball safe here.
Let's play this with some power, and it's not really worked at all. Oh man, I hate when you have runs like this, really do.
There, but it's a poor result.
Because I think Selby's going to get in and win this now from here. Some more chair action, and that's about it.
7.
If he gets in, he doesn't look like making a mistake at the minute.
14. 15.
He made one small mistake earlier on, and that was it. But he's just playing a safety.
Mark Selby, 15.
Not quite sure about the success of that one, I have to say. Very puzzling choice of shot. But we're not going to complain. That's the first mistake he's made for a while. And that might just help us out. Maybe not black then. Surely not going to be one of those again, is it? Huh. Oh dear. It's just one of those days. I don't really know what I was trying to play there, but even so, you'd have thought we'd have got a bit more luck than that.
He's looking at this red to the corner.
That tells me playing it at that, he ain't going to go in. Play it at that and we've got a chance. That's what that positional aim tells me.
That's really close, but not quite close enough.
Neil Robertson, 6.
Starting to crack a bit here. Not really under the pressure, but it's not quite going right for us. He's given us one chance. I don't think he'll give us two. He would still mark us favourites here, but it is a concern, definitely.
4. 5.
Nicely positioned for the red.
9. 10. 15.
This will be the closest, if he wins this frame, that he's got yet. And it's always the end of the match that's the most important.
16.
If he wins this and the next, we go to a decider. Bit of a way to go, though, before that.
Well played.
Cracking pot. He doesn't look like missing anything, does he?
Rest being used.
Really doesn't.
20.
I say that, and then he does.
20.
That was the intended effect, obviously, but again, I still wouldn't have expected it from him. So, I think from here, there's not many balls left on the table. We have to use this chance. We have to go and finish this game from here.
1.
Because if we don't, we might not get another opportunity to do it. Bit of an ambitious shot here, but it's the only one I can see working to get on a red. And even then,
Aiming for there.
Oh man. Just don't get it right, do we?
tricky pot along the cushion here.
Tricky one along the cushion. We faced one similar to this before.
That's the top
And it
shot.
has dropped.
Well played.
So we'll take that.
4.
I'm not liking that blue at all. Really not. But we'll take it on. That's why I didn't like
Position
it.
here.
The position's a bit dodgy from there.
9.
So I guess it is just safety time from here. But as I said, I wanted to get this game wrapped up really. We could leave a shot on here. I think we're going to leave this red fairly close to the cush, so there's not much of an issue. We'll take that. That's not bad.
Neil Robertson, 9.
So Selby has got the upper hand here. 15 ahead with 43 remaining on the table. Try and bypass that red altogether, which we've done successfully. Have we managed to cut off the red that we hit though? The answer is yes. Oh, so close to in off, but crucially, you did hit the one by the pink, and that has given us a sniff here.
Taking it on.
Really match ball this, and it's there.
Brilliant, brilliant pot.
I say match ball because from there that gives us a great chance now to finish this off.
This is really tricky.
Not all over until the fat lady sings here. It's just one of those. We've not had much luck in this session.
He's attempting to sink this into the left.
I don't apportion that to everything. Mark Selby's played very well when he's got in, but things haven't quite gone right for us in some respects.
This should be pretty straightforward.
And I don't know how we get on the brown from here, I have to
Nicely
say.
onto the colour.
Bit of an afterthought, that.
This looks relatively straightforward.
Let's build up some points. That's the aim first, really. Then worry about the brown later.
Well positioned for the green.
12.
So, the idea is just to hit a thin shot off this brown and
Not
come
sure what
back
happened
towards
there,
the
but that's a
the
poor
black
shot.
cushion.
15.
Dead on level at the scores now, so this is Selby's last chance
He'll be hoping
if
to
he
put
wants
his opponent
to
under pressure if he plays this
go and
well.
win the game. Had to hit that very thin there, or else it would have given him a chance. It would have given him a hole to get that brown through.
Well, not what he intended, but it's worked out okay.
Yeah, it's worked out fine.
Neil
I'm
Robertson,
okay with that.
15.
Just left the brown on the cush. So this is certainly a chance. Toughie this,
No doubt.
but if it goes in again, this could be a great chance. And it's there.
4.
I'd have expected a bit more from the crowd, I have to say, but that could be the end of the match for Mark Selby.
Taking on the long pot here.
Blue and pink needed. Blue's there. Just this pink needed.
Wonderful, wonderful pot.
And we've got our revenge against Mark Selby in the Shanghai
This
Masters.
pink required.
It's there. Again, don't know why the crowd aren't getting all excited, but we're through to the semis.
50.
We've had to come from the first round, which I still don't get to this day, given we're the
Onto the left
reigning champion. And we look set to give it a good go of doing it again. With that black, we beat Mark Selby by 6 frames to 3. In fairness, he gave it a very good go in that second session, didn't he?
Quarter-final, and now the semi-final.
3-2 in the end in that session, but our 4-0 in the first session got us across the line. You can see, to be fair, the breaks were very good from both players. Highest break, 121. I think that was from Selby. But good standard of snooker throughout. And who are we going to play? It's going to be best of 19 is the next one. So I'm up from best of 11 to the best of 19 against Judd Trump. The man we played in the final last year. Ooh, it's going to be an interesting one. We absolutely battered him in the final. But the semi-final, I guess, could be a different story. So we're going to do this one over 3 parts. We'll play probably the first... We'll probably do 6, 6, 7 probably, or something like that. So we'll be doing the first episode there on Friday, and the second part on Monday, and then the last part on Wednesday. Well, next Wednesday, yeah. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday at 6 PM. Thank you for your company today, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.